Good morning, Bayhawks. It's hard to believe we're already the first week into the second quarter. We know that has been difficult getting to the swing of things, waking up early and adjusting to 90-minute classes. Please consider the second quarter a fresh start and decide upon one thing that you would like to improve upon. There are 3 things that we need you to focus on in the second quarter. Masks. We are all sick of them, but they are required to wear in the building. You have an entire quarter of reminders. 95% of the building has been doing a fabulous job. We have about 5% that needs to do better. The mask needs to always go over your mouth and your nose. Eating and drinking walking down the hallway needs to stop. Eat in the cafeteria. Removing your mask briefly to grab a quick drink of water is acceptable. Lighters. Please stop wearing them on your lanyards on your belt. I realize that it's a very fashionable thing to do right now, but not in school. A directive regarding no lighters is in the handbook on page 16. Please put them in your pocket or book bag. They shouldn't even be out, and better yet, leave them at home, because no one is smoking at school, so why do you need them anyway? Number 3, the hallways. Once again, we have about 95 to 98% of our students getting to class on time. We have a long 5 minutes to get to class. Remember that the first 15 minutes and the last 15 minutes, teachers will not be giving any passes. Our hallways are not a track. Please stay in your classroom. So to recap, masks, keep them on. Lighters, shouldn't see them, shouldn't have them with you. Hallways, keep it moving. I hope you have a great day, Bayhawks. I am grateful to serve as your principal.
And once again, that was Mrs. Wesloski with her message for the second quarter, which is very fitting for us today because we will be talking about mask etiquette and a little bit of health information with our special guest. With that in mind, good morning and welcome to the BNN show. I'm one of your co-hosts, Mr. Faust.
And I'm Nurse Kitzer. Hi. And today is Thursday, December 9th, 2021.
Once again, I want to thank Ms. Kitzer for being here. I love it when you're on the show. She gives us the opportunity to actually talk about things with our health and just things that we might need to know for our students and staff and everybody in the Chesapeake family. But before we begin, let's go to JROTC with information regarding Chesapeake's Toys for Tots drop.
This is Gunnery Sergeant Stephanie and 2B with Corporal Abarat coming to you from news from JROTC.
JROTC will be participating in a charity called Toys for Tots for kids in need the holiday season. Anyone can donate or drop off new or unwrapped gifts into the Toys for Tots bin located in guidance, the main office, or the JROTC classroom.
The toys will be donated to multiple warehouses and people in the neighborhood so the cadet can pack them and give them out to the families in need. Also, donations will be collected by December 17th. We want to make sure we have everything packaged for everyone in the community. So thank you and have a great day, and go blue, Chesapeake.
Thank you, JROTC.
There we go. And before we begin that announcement, thank you very much for once again coming. We only have one announcement, so we're going to let Nurse Kitzer take it away with her special head toss. So she's getting ready to turn to camera 3, and you can begin.
In school news, Tech Pop-Up Thursday will take place today during all lunch shifts. Please bring your broken laptop or charger to Miss Mosley at that time. She will be located across from the school store. And please bring your charger and your device. Also, if you need a new laptop, stop by to see Miss Mosley. And once again, she will be across from the school store during all lunch shifts.
You are such a pro. Like, she did it perfectly. There was different things on the teleprompter, and she did a great job. And once again, I want to thank you for all the hard work that you give to Chesapeake High School as a great nurse.
Sure, thank you.
So we wanted to take this time a little bit just to try to get some information out. Not only do we have a little bit of a pandemic going on, but we also have the change of the season.
Sure.
And there could be some important information that everybody could actually use during this time. So I just want to give you a little bit of time. What do you think are some of the things that we might need to be aware of during the change of a season like this?
Yeah, so as we're getting into winter, there's going to be more viruses floating around, and we're actually more susceptible to those viruses because of lower immune system. So not only is there COVID, of course, we always have to make sure that that's not it first. But if it's not COVID, if you're sick, you could just have a cold, which is other viruses, or the flu is obviously still going around. So you just need to be aware of your signs and symptoms when you're at home, and I do encourage you to just keep washing your hands, get plenty of sleep, eat regular meals, drink lots of fluids, water especially, and that will help keep your immune system boosted. You could even like take a multivitamin. There's vitamins that help boost your immune system. If you have questions about that, I'm happy to answer. Anybody can come see me if they're wondering how they can help out in that way.
I think there is an opportunity that we forget, like washing the hands and
Yeah,
definitely
it
getting.
we become complacent
Right,
about the
right.
hand washing, but it just needs to be like second nature. Like
Right.
just when you walk by sanitizer, just use it.
And just as much as sleep, right?
Yeah,
you know,
sleep
like
is
if
very
your
important
body
to
doesn't
keeping you healthy.
recharge, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think those are important parts that we have. And as we're going through, you know, masks used to be used not just before COVID, but also just to make sure that we had a barrier in between other infectious diseases
Yeah,
or just
yeah.
anything.
Other
So-
countries use them all the time.
Right,
We
right.
never did.
But so to make sure that we're doing it correctly, we always need to make sure, how should we make sure the protocol is correct for us wearing a mask?
So, like Ms. Wazowski said in her announcement, you know, always over your nose and mouth. Anywhere that you're breathing in and out, that's how you can contract any kind of virus or illness. So when it's under your nose, you're still breathing in through your nose. You're able to collect any viruses that you might come in contact with if somebody coughs or sneezes around you. And we really need to keep them on, except for when we're eating. So only in the cafeteria. Try not to eat in the hallway or your classroom. Because there are times when you're sitting a little too close in class because just, you know, we have a lot of students here. So just try to wear it over your nose and mouth all day when you're in the building, and as soon as you get out, feel free to take it down. You're much safer outdoors where there's air blowing and air movement.
And there's one thing I was definitely just realizing that we started to look at, so just be aware, teachers and students. We are congregating around that water basin, right? So when we're getting water, we're taking our masks down and talking to each other,
Yeah.
right beside each other. Please be aware of that. So try to make sure that you are not within distance with your mask down while you're also getting the water from the water coolers.
Yeah.
Just always be aware that these are here and put in place so we can try to be safe, not only for yourself, but for other people here at Chesapeake. As far as updates or anything, it's like the flu is still around. So
Yeah.
how do we make sure that we can do things to help make sure that we stay healthy during that time?
Yeah, so there's flu shots. Obviously, the flu vaccine has been around a while. I would recommend getting your flu shot. You can get that at any local pharmacy, your doctor. Unfortunately, I can't give them here. I wish I could. I'd give you all one. But your flu shot can help prevent the virus and lower the amount of sickness you would get if you did contract the
Let's go ahead and
flu.
go to camera 2.
I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. No, that's fine.
And so it would lower your risk of collecting the flu from other people. And speaking of vaccines, also I do recommend the COVID vaccine. I know a lot of people were hesitant, and I totally understand that because it's new. But it's been continued to be researched and is now fully approved by the FDA, not just the emergency action plan. So I've had it. I've had 3 of them. My kids have had it. They're
I've had
about
it.
to get their second one, and they did just great. I think people misunderstand the reaction from when you get a vaccine, especially a virus like flu or a COVID vaccine. Your body's immune system responds to that vaccine because it's trying to identify what the virus looks like. So when you get a little fever or you feel sick or you feel like you have the flu, it's because your body is learning what the flu looks like, and it's fighting against that fake flu that was given to you in your vaccine, and it's protecting you and helping to learn and protect you from when the real virus comes. So it's teaching itself, oh, this is what the virus looks like, this is how I'm going to respond to it if it comes. So it's normal to feel sick a day or 2 after you get a virus, or vaccine, I apologize. And then when you actually come in contact with the actual virus, your body will be ready to fight it because it practiced.
So the idea,
That's how that works.
when we have, is it safe to get a flu vaccination and a COVID vaccination?
Yeah.
Okay.
My husband got them on the same day. He was fine.
Good deal.
No
I got
worries.
them on the same day too. I got my booster and my
CDC
flu
says
shot.
it's fine to get them
Yeah.
both on the same day.
Yeah. So, any other things that you want to just remind anybody?
Oh, you know, I could talk about that stuff all day. So if people have questions about it, I think you should just come see me. I'm happy to give you some health education anytime. I'm not just there for these acute injuries or illnesses. If you want health education, I love doing that. And when you ask questions, I'll give you answers to the best of my ability, of course.
And always please be aware, she is amazing, and your staff,
Yeah,
you're amazing.
Miss Kathy, my assistant.
Right.
Everybody needs to give her props, please,
Yeah.
because she works really hard, and she doesn't get enough credit. So,
Absolutely.
Miss Kathy, if you're listening, I appreciate you. She works just as hard as me, sometimes harder, And she loves you guys all too, and she's here for you as well. So please tell her how awesome she is
Please
if you
do.
see her,
Please
please.
do.
We don't
And
have a
that's
health assistant day, and we need one.
Absolutely. And just always be aware, teachers and staff, please let's help the nurse's office and stuff in the best way possible. Let's make sure that, that we follow the protocols if a student does need to go. But we also be aware that there's only one nurse kisser, and there's also an assistant.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that we value her time, and any way that we can help her, let's try to assist. But once again, I thank you so much. Is the fist bump okay?
Oh, yes.
There we go. I thank you so much. This is one of my favorite times because you're able to disseminate the information
Anytime.
for us.
Anytime.
And that's all that we have for today. Once again, I want to thank you. And until next time, Mr. Faust,
And I'm Nurse Kisser.
have a great day, Chesapeake.